We are here today because we are going to be seeking an order, section 419. It is going to be a breach of agreement, and we are also going to be seeking an order 137 for payment of bond, and that is to cover the costs that have incurred. The evidence that we have is we had an entry report along with the photos showing the condition of the property. We have the 3-month inspection, routine inspection, as well as the photos and highlighting the condition of the property at that time. We also have the exit report and along with photos. Our goal here is just to highlight to the tenant the differences between the condition of the property from prior to the tenant entering to the property, during the property they had tenancy, and also after the tenancy, after they vacated. We also can show that there is a guide to keeping the property cleaned that has been provided to the tenant. If we look under the standard term 26, it details the expectations of what is needed to keep the property clean. In the exit report, there is clear evidence showing the differences between the entry report. Some of those mentions are the fact that the oven was significantly more dirty at the exit report. The laundry had grime, there was mold on the tiles. The kitchen, there are various stains all over the place and calcium build up in areas. You could see that the range had not been cleaned. In the bathroom, you could see that there was calcium build up over the shower screens. Again, there was mold in certain areas, and you could just see that it was rather unclean all around. We appreciate that the idea of cleanliness can differ from person to person. That is why we've made every attempt to use the entry report, the routine inspection reports, and the exit reports as the basis for everyone to agree at what the minimum expectation is of clean. Along with all of those reports, we show photos, as well as we also provide the guide to demonstrate and to articulate to the tenant what the expectations are. The intention of this is to remove that difference of what is clean. Your Honour, we do understand that there is living and there will be nuances between that. That's not what we're here for today. There has been a significant gap in what was used for the entry report versus what the tenant has left clean. That is what we're here to articulate today. We did make a fairly extensive effort with the conciliator to try and remediate the issue with the tenant. So what we attempted to do is we attempted to see if the tenant was willing to come back to the property to clean the yard and the house, and therefore we wouldn't need to have engaged tradesmen. The tenant was unwilling to come back. We attempted to negotiate further, asking that if the tenant came back to at least just clean the inside of the property, that we would cover the costs for the cleaning of the backyard. But again, the tenant did not want to negotiate with us at all. We exhausted all avenues in regards to the conciliation, and that is why we're here today. The outcome for the landlord, they only wish to have the property in such a condition that they can lease it out again. They're not seeking anything else. So for that, they are seeking that the property is cleaned, specifically the backyard where all the rubbish is removed and taken away. And inside the property, we want the house cleaned to such a condition that when someone else moves in, they're not having to clean the place themselves, remove mold, calcium build up, cook in a dirty oven. Those things we want a tenant to be able to move in feeling that the property is nice and clean. So in that, we are seeking the $400 for the backyard to have the rubbish removed, and we are seeking the $500 for the bond clean. So that's a total of $900 that we are seeking. That's a good question, Your Honour, about how can we be sure that the quotes are reasonable. So we work with our professional tradesmen and we get a number of quotes. So what we did in this scenario is we went out to 3 quotes to 3 tradesmen. We sent photos to those tradesmen as well so they can have a really good idea as to what is needed to clean the property. We ended up choosing only the cheapest quote, but we have worked with this professional tradesman a number of times, and they do very good quality work. We understand that was, in our view, a very fair price for the work at hand. Your Honour, in this situation, we are seeking $900 to be reimbursed for the $400 backyard clean and $500 for the house clean.